Steve here. Apologies for the late update. It's been pretty hot here in Western New South Wales for the summertime, and it's about 48 degrees in this shed at the moment, so if you see sweat going down the lens, don't be surprised. Anyway, what you're looking at now is my layout, which I wouldn't say it's nearing completion, but it's probably a lot further than the last time you saw it. As you can see, the track's all painted and got the braid down. I used just the non-magnetic copper tin copper braid, recessed it down so it's level with the track. It's in 4 sections over the whole run. Got some crossovers there. By the way, if anybody else is thinking about doing crossovers, this area here where the braid drops down, that little bit, that causes a problem for a few of the cars. So what I'm going to do is cut some thin plastic and just put it here to keep it at the same height, which should alleviate that. Also the braid's starting to lift on the end here, so I'm going to have to tin that or super glue it or do something. Anyway, so yeah, I've made a few little lakes there, static motorbike, using Scalextric's vintage style fencing pretty much all the way around of it. If I just come back to a big view here, you can get a bit of an idea of that. Bit of scenery, a few handmade trees. I've gone for just a country layout. I was going to, as you can see with all the pit lanes here, I was going to have a pseudo Scalextric's layout with pit stops and grandstands, and I don't know, I just decided against it. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this area now. I might make it more like since this is a country scene, probably put a shop there or something like that, a little vintage shop. I don't know, still thinking about it. So around to the other corners here, again the same sort of theme. I've got a few little mini scenes going on. A farmer and his mate slacking off having something to eat there with their dog. An old tractor that I buggered up. Made a bit rusty to look realistic. Some cows, which I've got to put some dull coat on because they're a bit shiny for real cows, but I'll get around to that. Coming around, a bit of an old Scalextric's hump bridge you can see in the background there. And around here, put a couple of horses in the paddock and one having a drink. There's my lake. And around to the corner. You notice I think I did show you in the other video how I made the road black there with some weathering. It came up pretty well. I've still got a bit to do with it, obviously. And back around to here, if I go right down the end here, you'll get a bit of a overview of how it all looks. So there's a hump and a curve in the middle of the straight. So it's a pretty good run, actually. The background, yes, you're all asking, how did you do the background? It's just a bit of MDF, 3mm MDF, and all those pictures there I got off the net from somewhere, I'm not quite sure where, and it consists of 8 A3 pages that I've just glued together. And there's 2 of them that you can download, and then the second one is another 8 pages, and then I continue on with the first 8 pages again. So I just had this bit of board on the ground and basically just stuck all those on with wood glue. It's fairly painstaking work, and then of course stupid me doing things backwards. I didn't put the background on until after I did the scenery, so I had to balance that whole 24-foot board across the track by myself, which was all sorts of fun, and lots of scenery broke, but that's okay, it sticks back again. Stuffed up in a few spots, but you can't probably see it on the video with, oh yeah, there you can, you see air bubbles and things like that, but I don't know, I'm not really fussed about it. If I come right back here, when you first walk into the shed, it looks pretty good, well I think anyway. Got the black curtain around there. That was actually for my N-scale track that I never ended up doing. So there's that.